Hey, what's up, people? This is Tactical Waste 42, aka for Skyrim. Y'all know me, man. This is my YouTube channel. First thing I want to address is why I've been gone and why I haven't been making videos for a while. Some people think I just gave up, I quit. Some people think I'll never, make a video again. Some people even think I got killed in Afghanistan or something like that. But that's not the case. Basically what happened was that, life happened, and I found out, I felt that, I needed to enlist with the Air Force, because I felt like that it can, pretty much help me build a foundation and, help me move forward in life. Because right now, currently today, the private market is not, when it comes to jobs, it's not really reliable. You can have a job today and lose it tomorrow. So I wanted something, reliable and that can help me build a foundation, and also help me in future endeavors. When I need stuff, I can actually, go out and support stuff. And for example, my website, this is actually my website. Me and my brother started this up. And this is basically a gaming website, just like the IGNs and the what is it called, the GameSpots and Game Trailers, whatever review site you can think of. That's what kind of site we have going on. It's basically a journalistic website that has articles that we post, both original, and we cover stuff that the rest of the industry covers, like trailers and news that comes out and stuff like that. Just touch a little bit on that. I feel like, in today's age of the industry and what's going on right now in the industry, that it's very hard to separate yourself from the rest of the websites out there. Like, what makes your site important? What makes your site different from the other one? What makes people want to go visit your site versus another huge site that's already established and that gets stuff that has the connections? They may have connections with the developers to get review copies, or they may have connections with some people that work at these companies to get news, basically breaking news for the industry. So, having that said, you gotta kind of pretty much try to find your way around that system. Especially if you're starting out and stuff. So, we've been doing this for, I think we started. Let me see, we're in 2012. I would say 2010 we started. So we've been doing this for about 2 years. And I feel like we came a long way. When we first started, we actually it just happened almost overnight, the way we got so much traffic. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but Alexa, which is this thing up here, is a way to rank for sites, to see sites rankings and stuff like that. So let me give you an example. YouTube right now in the world, so the icons for the world is number 3 as far as ranking of all the sites in everywhere in the world, and it's also number 3 in the US. And for us, we are 123,000 in the US and 709,000 in the world. Now, I think the highest we've ever got over here on the US side was like 40 something thousand, and over here and in the world we got it like in the 400s. And we started to lose traffic. It's very sporadic because it depends on content and it depends on news and stuff like that. And sometimes there's dry moments, and when there's dry moments, the smaller sites take a bigger hit than the bigger sites. So in any case, I said all that to say this. So yeah, the reason why I've been gone from my YouTube page, let me go to that right now, is because of let me go ahead and pause this. Is because I'm joining the Air Force. So I'm actually leaving in a week. I'm leaving a week from now. which is December 4th. And the crazy thing is, the funny thing is, I think I'm leaving on the same day as the Skyrim DLC, the Dragonborn DLC. So that's crazy. I'm kind of upset that I'm leaving on the day of everything. I'm actually leaving on the same day as Far Cry 3 too. I wanted to play that. That was going to be my next Skyrim when it came to a great game added to my collection. So now speaking about that, I don't even think I've gotten any new games from 2012 this year. I got a couple of games, but I don't think they're 2012 games. But in any case, yeah. So, just moving forward, what's going to end up happening is basically when I join, I'm going to be not able to do anything, no access to internet or anything in the first 2 months. So, and that's pending upon my graduation from basic training. Then once I graduate from basic training, I'm going to be able to, well, at least I think I'm going to be able to go on my computer, on the internet, and a laptop and stuff like that, and do things. Now, I think the catch is that I don't know what they're limited to. I may be able to get on my laptop at some point in tech school, but I may not be able to go on the internet. So, no internet, no videos. So, I'm thinking when you go to tech school, and then once you're done with that, you have to go ahead and go to your first actual post, like your base of operations. So once you get to your first official place, I think that's when you can do whatever you want. You're pretty much it's funny I could say this, but like you're pretty much an quote unquote adult, because you have your own place. You got all of your personal belongings in your place and stuff like that. So, and the Air Force is no longer holding your hand. Whatever you do on your time is your time, and you're pretty much a regular person. So you're not a trainee. That's what they call you when you first go in, a trainee. So with that said, I'm gonna be doing that, and like I say, once I get to that actual spot where I could just settle down and get my own spot and my internet up, I'm going to be able to make videos, and it's going to be consistent too, because I'm going to have a set schedule for the most part. God willing that nothing crazy happen while I'm in there. So the only thing is, I don't know. I know when I'm officially, I have my official place to stay at. I'm going to probably move because right now I got the gaming PC. For those of you that keep up with me, I got the actual Alien World Aurora. It's pretty good. It's not as it used to be the top of the line, but every year stuff comes out, and that pretty much beats you out. But anyway, that's my primary thing where I'm going to do recording and gameplay and stuff like that, because I actually had another YouTube channel. It's called AKA's 305, and in that YouTube channel I tried going ahead and making videos. I did a Fallout Let's Play, a Fallout New Vegas Let's Play, and it didn't work. I actually did both Fallout 3 and New Vegas, but I didn't get to complete them because I kept having problems with the recording on that system, and I wasn't having the best frame rate and stuff like that. So I came back with a PC and everything was fine, except that problem with the save file. But other than that, everything is fine. And now it seems that I'm running out of time, and that's why I stopped. So I would estimate probably the middle of next year, like in July or August or something like that, then I'll be settled down, and I have my stuff together to be able to make videos and stuff. But I really wanted to get this video out because I wanted to let you guys know where I've been, where I'm going, what's the future. And speaking about the future, what I'm planning on doing, I actually have another page, another YouTube channel. Let me see if I can find it right now. Other YouTube channel. Let me add it right now. How do you do this thing? You got to put the URL. Okay. So I'll do that later. But let me just. I can't put the name, so I'll do that later. But it's going. I put it on my page right here on the featured channels. It's going to be called Ford Gaming 00. I told some of you guys to subscribe to it before, and some of you did, and I appreciate that. And basically on that channel, I wanted to make it because I wanted to go ahead and make a channel that I can do any game on. Like I can make any video, any let's play, anything that has to do with gaming on that channel. So like the Fallout let's plays I always wanted to do. Well, maybe not Fallout, because I did plan on making another channel just Fallout, because I like Bethesda games a lot. But other than that, you know, like Far Cry 3, Alien Colonial Marines when that come out. Actually, it's funny is I got a list of games that I plan on getting, and basically what I mean, it's pretty much a monster of a year next year. Like it's going to be crazy in terms of games and how much stuff is coming out. And I think next year is going to be the beginning of they go to Far Cry 3 picture. I got a nice little setup going on with my wallpaper. I just put a whole bunch of nice either wallpapers or concept art or whatever of video games that I love, and I just get all the nice pictures and put them in the background. But yeah, so I think developers are just throwing their last Hail Mary at the end of the end of the generation, and you know they're hoping to get their best stuff out and pretty much finish the generation strong. That's why you see Naughty Dog with the new IP, Last of Us. You see the Grand Theft Auto 5, which you know it takes forever for Grand Theft Auto games to come. So if you see that it's coming out at the very end of this generation, you know that's the last one this generation. You know the reason why they timed it that way, and they timed it that way for for basically to put a game out right before the generation end and leave off on a good note. So in terms, you know, I'm a Bethesda fan. Most of you guys are probably like Bethesda fans. If you're not a Bethesda fan, you're probably a Skyrim fan. And technically it's the same thing, because most of their games they feel the same. And the only games they really make nowadays is Fallout and Elder Scrolls. So what they're gonna end up making, what they're gonna do is I think they're gonna go ahead and make a next gen title. Like they're working on it right now, and I think the next game they're gonna make is Fallout 4. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at their cycle, and even Todd Howard said this when in the making of Fallout. He said when they got to the point that they didn't want to just make an Elder Scrolls and then the Elder Scrolls and the Elder Scrolls, so they got Fallout, and they actually won that legal battle for the Fallout. And basically what that did is enabled them to make future Fallout. So I think they are likely to start off with another Elder Scrolls for the next generation, but when I think about it, it's not logical to do that because you just came out with Skyrim. And I think the whole point of that is they don't want to keep the things repetitive. Like they don't want to oversaturate the titles, the series. So they wanted to make people enjoy one game after another and just have a different feel. It feels like a Bethesda game, but then at the same time it has its own feel to it. Like you got guns in Fallout and you got post-apocalyptic in Fallout versus the fantasy game of Skyrim. So I think that's what the case is. And another reason why I think that's the case is because since it's going to be next gen, which I'm thinking it's going to be next gen, most likely it's going to be next gen, but I think since it's going to be next gen, if it is, that they are going to try and work on it and try to learn the next gen consoles, try to get as good as they can with the next gen consoles, get as experience as they can, so when they make that Elder Scrolls game, it'll be much better than coming out the gate with it for the next gen, you know, and trying to work on it and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that's the case. I did see on ZeniMax website they had job listing for a programmer, and in, you know, in the job listing it said we're looking for a next generation programmer, you know, somebody that's willing to work with the next generation of consoles. They also put, and this is for Bethesda Game Studios, the ones that make Fallout and Elder Scrolls, and they also put they want people that's experienced with DirectX 11. So, you know, they're kind of hinting that the next game is going to be DirectX. So, DirectX 11. So, I'm thinking that we're going to have some very, very detailed games in the future. And, you know, if you thought Skyrim or Fallout or even Oblivion, if you thought Oblivion was a leap from Morrowind, or Skyrim was a leap from Morrowind, just imagine what the leap is going to be from Skyrim to the next Elder Scrolls, or Fallout 3 to the next Fallout, because you know, they got a lot of stuff that you can do right now on current technology that needs to be added into the Elder Scrolls. So with that said, what else is there to talk about? Oh, I wanted to give a shout out to this guy on Steam. I guess he was one of my Steam friends. I'm not sure how he added me. I guess it was from the YouTube channel, because he gave me I guess it was a Christmas gift. Look at Steam sales. It's ridiculous right now. Steam is putting out some crazy sales. I think I got like 12 or 13 games during this sale, but I'm gonna get to that in a moment. Let me see if I could try to find a dude. I think I gotta go to messages, comment. Maybe it'll pop up there. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, I think his name is Twisted Fonzo. Let's go to his page right now. Yeah, this guy right here, man. Many thanks to him. You know, I wrote a drop a comment on his page. I told him, you know, much respect for you giving me. He basically bought me Oblivion, the deluxe edition, and I'm guessing it was for Christmas, man. But you know, I was actually thinking the other day. I was like, man, I really wish I can go ahead and buy Oblivion. But I was like, why would I get Oblivion, spend my money on Oblivion, if I could get something I never played before? Because I played Oblivion. And then boom, just all of a sudden I just got a message that said I got a gift from, you know, Twisted Alfonso. So much thanks to that, man. And you know, I won't forget that. When I get right, man, I won't forget you, man. You're gonna stay on my friends list on Steam, so you already know the deal. But that's what's up, man, because that's like, I did get a gift before. I got, somebody sent me, what is it, Serious Sam? Somebody sent me Serious Sam before, and I haven't played the game yet, but you know, it's not Oblivion with all the DLC. That's something that really stuck out to me. I actually just discovered, you know what he might have did? I think I just discovered this thing is called the wish list, and you know, I never really thought about it until the Steam sale rolled in. I was like, oh snap, this would be an easy way to keep track of the games and the sales that's going on. You know, you put the games on the wish list, and all you got to do is scroll down and see what your favorite game is, if any of them are the prices that you want to spend. To be honest with you, I am, for now on, I think unless I really want to buy the game day one, I'm going to buy everything on Steam sales. Now, I'm going to do it into 3 categories. I'm going to do either I'm going to buy a game day one, $60 or $50 on Steam. Or if I don't buy it day one, I might still want the game, but if I didn't buy it day one and I wanted to wait a little bit, I'll probably buy it for, you know, on Steam they'll probably be like $20 when the price go down to 20. And some games that I just say, you know what, it's so old, I never got around to it, but it's so old, like let's say Bulletstorm, for instance. It's so old that I might as well wait. You see how this thing says 9.99 right now? Most likely that will go down one of these days. Like, let's say the same sale was going, and today is 9.99. Tomorrow it could be $5. It could be $4.99. And this has happened to me multiple times. Prime example, Dead Island. I bought that the other day. What's Dead Island? I bought that the other day, $10. When you look at the next day when I woke up, I saw it, $5, $4.99. So I said, never again. What I'm gonna do is these types of games where it's old and it's that low of a price, I'm just gonna sit around and wait until it gets to $5, $4.99, because it is going to get to that price at one of these days at some point. You may not see it that first day or the second day, but one of those days is going to hit that $5 point, and that's when you got to jump on it. Because if you see that you bought it for $10 or $15 and it dropped down to $5 the next day, you're going to be mad. You're going to be upset. You're going to be like, damn, I got to spend that money on like 2 more games. So that's the case. But let me go through really quick. Let me go through the games that I bought. I don't know. Hold on. Let's take a step back. I don't know if you guys thought that when I made this channel for Skyrim that I'm only a Skyrim fan, or all I like to play is Skyrim, or I'm only a Bethesda fan or RPG fan. But contrary, if you were thinking that, contrary to your belief, I actually play a lot of different types of games. It doesn't, you know what? To be honest with you, there's almost no game that I won't play. Like, some games I'm not into. Like, and it's not that I'm not into, it's just that I haven't really tried it, so I don't know if it's fun or not. Like, let's say, for example, real-time strategy games. I know about RTS games, but I never tried one. And it doesn't, when I look at it, it doesn't interest me that much to say, hey, man, I really want that. Now, the exception to that, what might have gotten me into it is Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Origins is a game that has, real-time strategy, what do you call them, mechanics in it. You got the top-down review, you got you tell where you want your party to go and stuff like that. So I actually just beat Dragon Age Origins for the first time like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and that game is amazing. It is amazing. Like, it's truly art. When people say that game is art, it's truly art, man. It's a classic. Maybe one day I'll go ahead and do a review on it. I started to play Dragon Age 2, which is down here. For now on, I like to keep my games all on this taskbar, so it'll be easy for me to just come down and just click on it and boot up a game. I didn't add all of them to the taskbar yet, but I want to end up doing that eventually. But yeah, so that's a hot game. But let's get to the games that I bought. I bought Batman Arkham Asylum. What's the name? Arkham City. I bought that when it first came out, so that was full price. But I got Arkham Asylum. I got Darksiders, Dead Island. I got Oblivion as a gift. I got Far Cry 2, Just Cause 2, LA Noire. What else I got? Primal Carnage. I recommend it. I highly recommend this game. If you ever like the Jurassic Park movies, if you always wanted a dinosaur game that you could just like run around and play as a dinosaur, that game is the game to play, because the game is fun. Like, it's utterly fun. It's like Left 4 Dead, but with dinosaurs. Like, it's man versus dinosaurs instead of man versus zombies. Now, the thing about it is, it don't really have, the only game mode it has is it's very basic game. It's one of those literally drop in, drop out games. You just click play, you play for a little while, you get bored or tired of it, you jump off, or if you got a couple of friends that you want to play with, they hop on, and then you have a blast and then hop off. But a little bit about it is, it has no single player. It's only multiplayer. The multiplayer is only one mode, which is deathmatch. There's no leveling up. There's no type of progression. It's literally just run around and have fun. That's all it is for now. They said in the future they're going to try to add in more modes. They got this one mode called Get to the Chopper. And they got, what else? Oh, they got skins coming. Supposedly they got some DLC with new maps and stuff like that. So they got a couple of things that, and everything is supposed to be free. Well, I think except the skins, but everything else is supposed to be free. So I think it's a good buy. I would recommend it, especially if you could get it on a sale, because it's $15 full price. But even if you get it on a sale, that'd be perfect. I want to play. I actually want to play with some of my subscribers and some people that watch my stuff. All these games, any game that you see here that's online or I got on Origin, I would like to play with y'all when I get my stuff together and I get settled down and stuff like that. But anyways, I bought Primal Carnage, Rage, Transformers, One for Cybertron, Assassin's Creed 2. I said Assassin's Creed, Witcher 2, and First Witcher. This is like $2.49 and this is like $7.49, so it's like $10 for both of these. Most of these stuff was $5, to be honest with you. The only thing I really messed up on, it was two things. It was Primal Carnage that I bought at $15, and the next day it was like $7. But I was okay with that because I wanted to support developers, because this game is so good that I really want them to be successful and to make a AAA game, like based off of this system, but just make it AAA. Like the graphics, and the graphics are good in this game. To be honest with you, a lot better than a lot of games that come out these days. For a $15 game, that's crazy. But even make the graphics even better. Animations, having like a single player story, more dinosaurs, bigger maps, stuff like that. Just like AAA it out. That would be hot. But in any case, yeah. So I just just get the game. When I start making money, if you're on my friends list and I talk a lot with you and I consider you cool, like a cool online friend, then I can every now and then I get you something. I buy you something myself if I got the money. I don't mind or something. Matter of fact, I was thinking about buying the sometimes they got for some games, some online games, a 4-pack or something like that. Like buying a 4-pack and give it to me and some of my friends so we can all play. So that's the plan in the future when I get settled down. I haven't been playing that much with people or interacting that much with people. I actually built my group. Let me go to my page right quick. But yeah, I have my own group on it's the 4Gaming. It's called 4Gaming 00, which is supposed to stand for Gaming Infinity, which is you're gaming forever, basically. So that's what is going on here. Why is this not loading up? But yeah, so I got the group. I got a good amount of members. It's not too much, but it's a good amount. And I plan on building upon it. I built the foundation. I wrote the description and stuff like that. And I had stuff planned, like game nights, game weekends, and stuff like that. And I'm pretty much ready to go with that. Y'all hold on one second. So what I was gonna say was pretty much I want to get the community going. I want to get the community started, and I actually have a goal in mind, and I want to be consistent with it when I follow through with it. I don't want to go ahead and make a video here and there. And these are my Skyrim pictures that I named the pictures Amazing Scenes. These are all like scenes that blew my mind. These were the scenes that I just stopped in the middle of gameplay and just looked around. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just so good. But yeah, I plan on doing that. In the future, I actually want to build up on my 4Gaming YouTube. Get y'all going there. I want y'all to interact with me on my website, theconsolecontrollers.com, to help me there. And actually, while I'm gone, let me mention that while I'm gone, I want you guys to visit my site. And if you have any questions or anything that has to do with me or anything, I want you to direct it to Scholar at Console Controllers. Let me just go ahead and show you something really quick. Hold on one second. Let's go to the website. If you go to the website, as soon as you come in, there it says general chat, and it says all the people that's there. Now you can do one or two things. I would recommend when you get here, you click on this, and then if you want to chat with Scholar, just go up here and then press chat. Bam, you're done. That's of course if you have an account. So Scholar is my brother. He's actually the CEO of the website. And let's go to staff really quick to show you that. It's just right now it's just me and him. That's all. That's who on the staff. My cousin, he's on it kind of. He actually was on a couple of podcasts with us. He helps every now and then with reviews and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just us two for now. This is a little description. I'm the CEO of the company, and we're actually an LLC, so we're pretty legit. We just need to get the ball rolling and get off the ground and network. And I actually plan on doing the whole movement when I come back. And that's the whole thing. I actually designed. Let me bring this out the way. I designed the new logo. This thing right here, I'm not the best when it came to, because I'm not. Well, I used to be an artist, but right now I didn't want to draw this out, so I had to pretty much put this logo together. And of course, this is like, we call this the Geppetto because it's like the Puppet Master effect. But up here, this is the video game directional pad, and it was originally 3 of us that started the company. But it's just me and my brother now. But this is why you see 3 guys right here. I designed this wall. We call this the Wall of Fame. And this is not even the one that's supposed to be up there. The one that was supposed to be up there got deleted. It was even better than this one right here. But the concept was to, on this side, on the left side, to have basically Hall of Fame characters from video games, the overrated, typical best characters. If you were to ask anybody, what are your best characters, top 10 or top 5 best characters in a video game, you will see some of these faces pop up in the conversation. You got Nathan Drake, Marcus Phoenix, Master Chief, Solid Snake, Leon Kennedy. So on this side, on the right side, this is the underdogs. These are equivalent to ones on the left side, but they're the ones that are not really noticed. They're the unsung. So you got Kane from Legacy of Kane, Nico Bellic, the girl from Heavenly Sword. I think dang, I don't want to mess up her name, but her, Sam Fisher, stuff like that. So, but like I say, this is not the finished one. The other one looked better, and it was supposed to be just a wall, and no other site was doing it. The other site has this. No other site thought of this. This is pretty much an original idea and thought that we had. So if anybody out there tries to imitate this or do this on their website, we all know where it came from. So having that said, I was actually pretty proud with this. This actually took months to make. This wasn't just a overnight thing. The way the site looks, and I personally think it looks professional, but the way the sites look, I don't want to sound like narcissistic or like obnoxious or anything like that. But I just didn't. I basically had a goal in mind as far as having a professional look, and wanted to execute, and I think it came out pretty good, and that's all I'm saying. So it's certain techniques and things that we did, to play around with the site to make it look like this. So it went through a lot of trial and error, a lot of growing, a lot of going back and forth with things, and this is how it came out. So that was a little backstory on my website. but I did wanted to mention it, and I wanted you guys to get more acquainted, because when I do come back, you guys are going to see me posting videos on here. I'm going to be still posting I said for Skyrim. Well, I guess it's for Skyrim videos. I'm still going to be posting for Skyrim videos. I'm still going to be I know you guys are like, oh, you're Angry Joe. Nah, I was watching a old video, but I am going to be doing stuff on these different outlets, and pretty much when I do the things I do, if you like my content, which game it is, it doesn't even have to be Skyrim. It could be any game. It could be Metro Last Light, the new one that's coming out, or anything. I'm planning on getting all of the good new games next year. I'm getting all of those. So most of them first day. So you can check out, reviews and videos for that. But the point is, this is going to be my website is going to be the main hub. This is going to be where I come to and I drop my content is. And if I make a video, probably not on Fort Skyrim, because that's not really that relevant, or it's not going to be that relevant next year, which is 2013. So probably not that type of stuff. That's going to be more for you guys. But when I start on that 4 gaming, when I start putting out new content, a lot of that stuff is coming here. I'm going to be putting out personally new articles. Going to be doing original content. Like I'm talking about, like when I write an article, it's not so and so put out, or let's say Hideo Kojima announced Metal Gear Solid 5 or something like that. Yes, it's going to be news, but I'm talking about when I say original content, I mean like, I feel a certain way, like about, let's say for example, my Elder Scrolls 6 wish list. If I want to do that, bam, put it on the site. Original stuff, like, and it's going to be interesting stuff. It's going to be like, I like to get on the forums, on Skyrim forums a lot. What I'm saying, call me a nerd or whatever, but I don't really care. But yeah, I like to get on here and post my ideas and thoughts about certain issues and certain things that I feel that's a problem with the Elder Scrolls. I feel like things that should grow. So I do want to translate that over to the website, and just build original stuff. Like if I have ideas, or if you guys have ideas, you can also post it as comments on the articles. And that's one thing you don't really see nowadays. You don't really see people, like, let's say we did an article, bam, Madden 13 update brings Thanksgiving presentation. We have 0 comments for that article. And on most sites you'll have, unless it's a really big site, you'll have 0 comments. And it seems like it's just hard to get people to interact. And I feel like, I do understand that there's a lot of sites that you go out to, but if you just try to stay true to the people you like. If you're exposed to me and you like what I do, then I feel like you should, I would do this if I saw somebody that was doing the same thing, they have a website and stuff like that, and I like their content. I'll go over there, and support them, and drop a comment every now and then. So I would just really like, just for the interaction, just to be social with you guys and see what you guys' thoughts is. So I think that is pretty much it. Those are pretty much the things I wanted to touch upon. I wanted to say why I was gone, what's been going on, what's the future, touch upon the website, show you guys what I've been up to a little lately. I bought some of the Steam sales and stuff like that. So for the most part, I think that's it. I don't want to leave, because this is probably going to be my last video until I come back. So I don't want to leave this video and forget anything. But in any case, if I do, I just drop it in the comment section, and I'll be like, oh, I forgot this. So but in any case, there it goes right here. I even have the website right here on my page if you guys need a link to get there. So there you have it. That's pretty much what's going to be. This guy right here, Jagged Thorn. My fucking mouse died, but Jagged Thorn, he's going to be back. Malachi, he's going to be back. I'm gonna actually come back and try to finish those. But a thing about that is, people may want new characters. They may say that those characters are old. Those characters, had their time, and the time already left. And I understand, but what you guys got to realize is that I haven't really even began to touch up on any of, like, let's say for the vampire, for instance. I didn't even become a vampire lord. I didn't make my vampire covenant. I didn't make any wear any of the armors. Like I downloaded a whole bunch of armors mods just for him, and I didn't do any of that. I was planning on going like all out, like doing fun quests, doing fun things, doing some crazy massacres in towns and stuff like that, turning the whole town into vampires, and just going crazy. It would have been amazing. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to these things and do them. It just going to take a little bit of time. But I don't want you guys to unsubscribe and say this guy, he's not doing stuff like that, because I am. But I have, I guess, a legitimate reason for my absence. So with that, I don't want to take any more of your time, because I think I already took a lot of your time. So I guess I'll see you guys later then. Peace.